G'day fellas, got another video, just a how-to for the sort of new guys that are coming into the hobby. If you are an experienced modeler, you can watch it if you want, but you might find this video boring. This is mainly aimed at the new guys that I'm getting hit up with questions lately. So it's a video on, as the title says, how to apply decals. So the things we're going to need for this are obviously straight up number one are your decals. Okay, that's obvious. And secondly, you're going to need a cutting tool to get rid of them off the sheet. So whether you use a hobby knife or a pair of scissors, that's up to you. It's all personal preference at this stage, but just whatever you do, don't rip them off, please. Don't use your fingers and tear them out. I don't, and believe me, I have seen that. And you're going to need some brushes. Okay, so whether you use a cocktail stick, you use a pair of tweezers. I've seen guys use, when I say cocktail sticks, just like a barbecue skewer to move them around. Me personally, I don't recommend it because you can scratch the surface of your model and ruin the paint job, and you can also tear the decals using a sharp object like a stick or like a pair of tweezers or something. But if you're comfortable using those, go for it. That's what works for you, obviously. But I'm going to use some small paint brushes here, and you're going to need some Decals setting solution. Okay, so you got plenty of options out there, guys. And if you want to see another video, if you want to make another, like I've got probably about 6 to 7 brands of Decals setting solutions, including Model Master, which I don't have laying around. At the moment, it's somewhere. Just look around the shelf behind me. I can't seem to see it. It's normally there, but I can't see it. So we got the Tamiya Mark Fit. Okay, this is pretty common. Most countries can get this quite easily. Microsol. This is another one I have in the stash. I also have AK's Decal Adapter Solution. Okay, this stuff's very strong, so don't recommend using this if you're only just sort of getting into it, because if you're not careful, you will destroy your paintwork and your decals. This stuff's pretty strong. What it's made of, I'm not too sure, but some of you guys out there probably would know. So if you got an idea, and if you want to comment, do comment down below in the description in the comment section. And what we will be using for this video, like I said, will be the Mr. Hobby Mr. Mark Softer. I like using it. I was actually given a sample off a friend of mine, and that ended up going out and getting some more. So this is the bottle, comes with a brush applicator. But I'm going to use a brush, like I said earlier. Okay, so here's one I've already put on. Okay, so I'm going to let this water sort of dry a little bit. And you are going to need a cotton tip or a Q-tip or a sponge, or not a sponge, paper towel or whatever you use, just to carefully, if I bring you in, okay, so just to carefully, you can dab it just to get rid of the excess water. Okay, just like so, and then put that back down to dry some more. But I'm just going to show you the step again. Okay, so like I said at the start of the video, these have been soaking. Okay, so like so. Alright, so just excuse the white out for a second, guys. It's just because I don't want to scratch this model, but I think hopefully you can see it. Okay, there's a dog going off next door. Alright, so just going to put a bit of water on there. I don't recommend, especially with this AK solution, if you are using this, I don't recommend applying this onto the model before putting your decal on. I've tried it and it is an absolute nightmare, because what happens, like I said earlier on, that the solution is actually quite strong, and then as soon as that decal or decal hits that, it just starts melting, and if you're not quick, you're going to lose it. So I just recommend, just with all the decal work that I do, is just using water, plain old water, and putting the decal down like this. Okay, and I'll just do the top. I'm not going to show you like every single decal on this bomb. It's just going to be a quick sort of how to. I mean, yeah, if the decals are bigger, you know, the process still remains the same. You just got to be careful. Sometimes you may have to cut your decal so it fits, but that's rare. Another tip is make sure you're doing it on a gloss surface. Don't you do it on a matte surface, because you'll get silvering underneath it just because of the air pockets underneath, and the decal doesn't adhere down to it properly. So try to use a smooth surface to put these down. Okay, so once that's on, I'll bring you down even more. So once that's on and you're happy with it, just get your Q-tip and just carefully press the water out. Some people roll it out, some people use paper towel. Just do what works for you, what you feel comfortable with, and what tools you have at hand. And just get rid of any excess water. Okay, so we're going to carefully put that down, and then what we're going to do is going to get the other decal required on the sheet. It's a bigger one, and the reason why I'm doing this section here is because and I wish I had these videos when I was growing up as a kid, because there's no such thing as YouTube. Yes, I'm old, but yeah, it's you sort of wonder how people get the decals to wrap around recess, like really complex surfaces, and they go on really smooth. And this is why I'm gonna show you the steps to do it, because it is quite easy. Okay, so you can see we're just gonna do the other side. Same thing, just run a bit of water on here. Okay, and then I'm just going to lay this down carefully. Okay, so that comes off, so hang this back up. Okay, get rid of that so you can see again. And you see how it's all wonky. Okay, using the water. Make sure that just gently push it around with the tip of your brush. The water does make it easy to move around. I mean, there is no way I'd be able to do this if I was using any of the solutions underneath it, because it would just start sticking. So, which is why I sort of, yeah, said to you guys, just use water. It's very forgiving. Okay. Here you go. Okay, so once you're happy with the location, which I'm still not happy with it yet, and that looks pretty good. Okay, so like that. I'm going to grab the Q-tip and gently, very carefully, not to move the decal, just tap down just to soak the water up. Okay, so then just make sure there's no any excess water that's pulling up around the recesses and things like that. Okay, so there we have the decal on with water. The next step is just to get some of your solution. If I just sort of bring it back out, it brings it back out again. Just going to scrape it off the brush, just put it to the side because I'm not going to use it. And then all we're going to do, if I just keep that just in shot for you, what we're going to do is just get rid of any excess water off the brush, dip our brush in straight into the Mr. Mark softer, and careful, you don't want to be rough with this, just dab it on, like you don't actually have to do brush strokes or anything. I like just to dab it on. And then once this goes on, I mean, don't be tempted to keep working it. Just let it do its thing. As long as your decals are in place, they're sitting where you want them to sit. And if they start wrinkling up, don't stress. Don't think, oh no, I've got to, move it. Just leave it, because what will happen is as soon as you touch it, it's just going to disintegrate on you. But yeah, so just keep repeating the process, guys. Like, I mean, on this section here, I've still got another 2 decals to go. So I've still got 1 to go down here and 1 to go here. Okay, but I'm not going to show you that, because just so you get the idea of how to put them on. It's not that difficult. If it seems daunting in the magazines and things like that, don't let this frighten you at all. It's very easy once you get the hang of it, and the results can be very satisfying. If it needs another application, give it time to dry. Give it a couple of hours to dry. Sometimes it may need overnight, depending on how big the decal is. But you'll know when it's dry. Everything will be dry. And it'll be safe to touch, but let it dry. If it needs another application, just repeat it, just dab it on and just leave it, put it aside, go do something else, and then when they are completely dry and you're happy with it, just seal them over with whatever you're using, whether you're using a gloss, a matte, or whatever. Just yeah, and then you can keep on weathering after that. But that's the quick how-to, guys, on putting on decals for beginners. So if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. Helps me out big time, guys. So, and if you're not a subscriber to my channel, hit the subscribe button. There's always videos coming out now that I've got more time. So thanks for watching. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you next time. See you later. Bye bye.